Turn the power of the suspension device to maximum and you can come from sea to land. From the point of view of avoiding prolonged and high-intensity use of levitation devices and protecting nature, the school district will only move into the sea when everything is right. At the moment, it is undergoing a complete renovation. All Ororio technicians who usually work in the city's industrial area were dispatched, either to replace equipment and armor at the bottom of the hull, or to carry out repairs. Although winter is coming, the heat in the shipyard makes the technicians sweat a lot. The strong men led by the dwarves were only pants and jackets. Walking back and forth, one could say that this scene was mistaken for an accidental invasion of an industrial city. The melody of the hammer, different from the forge, made Lefiya feel something that touched her heart. Speaking of business. Today we will conduct a small expedition in the middle level of the dungeon. At the same time, there are plans to go to the 18th floor, which is the safe floor. During the renovation, be divided into 3 according to the preparation stages of control floor, residential floor and university floor. Now it's the control plane doing the massive repairs. The main residents, namely the crew and mages, were kicked out and lived on the residential floor or in the port city respectively, while Lefiya, who came down from the academy floor, was about to leave with everyone from the 7th squad. Go to Ororio. The paradisiacal labyrinth under resort. I'm looking forward to it. Although it's in the dungeon, it has the day and night dream floors. I thought before, even if I could go there once, it would be worth it. I heard that very few people can reach the 18th floor while studying in that school district. And these very few people seem to be guys who broke the rules and almost died. Milia cheered happily. Luke pretended to be calm as always, but it was obvious that he was also looking forward to it. The deepest part of the school district that allows students to come and go is the Grotto Labyrinth. And it goes up to the 15th floor. Although the strength of the 7th squad with 2 LV-3 can easily break through the middle layer, students, and adventurers, are still different. The evidence is that every year some of the students who participate in the special internship return seriously injured. Sometimes there are victims too. Even though it can compensate with skills, Lefiya thinks that the judgment of the 15th floor of the school district is quite correct. Even she herself almost died when she was a student. In the last week, you have irrefutably grown and adapted to the dungeon. You are strong enough to deal with the middle-level monsters, I can assure you. But carelessness is strictly prohibited. There's nothing wrong with having expectations, but this is definitely not an excursion. Lefiya made a teacher face, making the students tense. In the dungeon, anything can happen. Exactly. Those who went to try out the faction, those who challenged the dungeon as the 7th team, left the shipyard along with the students around them who went to the city for different purposes. Even students who are starting to get tired of going back and forth between Ororio and the port, once they pass through the city gate, they will still look around with excitement like the first day. During the stay in the school district, the business owners and families who worked on the special needs of the school district made Ororio much more excited. An elegant confectionery with special nougat and honey. A cafe with rare books. There are rows and rows of stores around, all catering to students' preferences. Taking a small fork in the road, there will be a fashion trail, which makes Lefiya think with a wry smile, is this really Ororio? Nano and Milia seem to be gradually looking for or opening highly recommended spots with other girls on their days off. The area around the exchange in the southwest was especially lively, and Lefiya and the others were heading towards the guild headquarters in the northwest of the city. This is to go through the dungeon exploration procedures and, just in case, to confirm whether there are any abnormal situations on the middle floor. Just as she was walking in the lobby of the guild headquarters, the boy who passed by Lefiya let out a little scream. Like Luke and the others, the boy is also a student in that school district and wears the school's battle suit. It seems like I haven't gotten used to using it yet. The breed is Bunny Man. It has a round, fluffy tail around its waist, brown hair and long ears. The eyes are often blocked by bangs. For some reason he was scared for himself, but this was supposed to be their first date. That's right, it was supposed to be the first meeting, but I always feel like I've seen this somewhere. As soon as Lefiya narrowed his eyes and observed the other party carefully, he froze and quickly looked away. Rapi-kun, what are you doing? Shall we go? Sorry, Nina. That was just now. It's the Crane Tail Squadron. Badraban's 3rd Squad, but is the complete opposite of our 7th Squad, which is known as the worst team ever. It's unfortunate that team leader Nina works so hard. She's smarter than me and a nice person, and she's only 13. They are very individual and cannot help each other. Of course, this is just the impression when we play simulated battles together. I remember, now there is an extra freshman left because he was enrolled midway and formed a 5-member team. Lefiya tilting her head in doubt, Milia, Cole, Nano and Luke explained in turn. When Lefiya was still in school, there was no team with the nickname, the worst team in history, and it seemed like there were a lot of problems with the people in it. At least just looking at the bunny, he gives a very capable impression. What did you get wrong? But yes, the 7th Squad that Lefiya and Arisa belonged to was an elite group, but it was also a group of troubled children. Maybe it's that kind of genius idiot situation. It looks like that team will enter the intermediate floor first and run ahead of us. Looking at the 3rd team, after their figures disappeared, Lefiya and the others entered the guild headquarters. After completing the formalities, Lefiya and the others purchased all the items for the small expedition on the northwest main road on Adventurers Avenue, and then entered the dungeon. As is natural, they easily dominated the upper floor and advanced to the middle floor. Growling flash, blessed scream. May it shine and destroy the nobility. I command you to devour, jaws of thunder. Luke, retreat. A torrent of magic power. A purple-red magic circle blossomed beneath the girl's feet, showing a violent discharge phenomenon. As Luke moved away from the beam, Nano pointed the copper holy wand forward. Zarga Amata. A direct firing cannon. A total of 10 beams gathered in one place, and together, they turned into pure bombardment, burning the monsters and the dungeon itself. The 3 monsters that fought with them they were completely exterminated without leaving a trace. Nano, control your power. Now you can't even pick up the magic stone, let alone drop items. Another monster is coming. Nano, Millie. Change formation. Hurry up. Cole perked up his ears and found the enemy instantly, while Luke turned his body, preparing to cover Milia and the others. The 7th Squad didn't panic about the continuous battle in the dungeon, they calmly dealt with the monsters. The Fong Ligers, who fought so hard the first time, were also easily eliminated. Not to mention the psychological shadow, they even took advantage of your habits. They are really good, so good that it's not cute at all. Lefiya muttered to herself away from the team. At the same time, she gently slashed at the rabbit-shaped monster that was attacking from the side, Single-Horned Rabbit. A week has passed since the special stage. Until now, Lefiya can completely let the students fight. She also plans to rescue her in case of emergency, but it appears that there is no such opportunity at the moment. All 4 have grown a lot. The cowardly character who is used to spying on the faces of his comrades, now he will actively issue instructions in addition to the bombing signals and control the entire squad. After all, the defender is the position with the greatest field of vision on the battlefield. Now that Nano has become more active, he has also made the 7th team stronger. Luke and the others also trusted her a lot, and handed over the rearguard to her to be responsible while they took decisive action. She was taken by surprise when Luke himself retreated, leaving Lefiya and Cole in front. They seem to have been training while Lefiya was away, mastering every setup combination. Except for Lefiya looking at her from time to time, showing a smug expression, they can be considered perfect. Lefiya thought so, showing a wry smile. Well, it's gradually getting better. Feed on failure, keep trying and progress. This is not an accidental growth. It is the result of facing one's problems seriously and working hard without compromise. Luke and the others are really hardworking and excellent.